Anissa Paitz. I work in public relations for CHI Health Good Samaritan Hospital. Today I'm going to read you one of my very favorite books, Sam the Moose Gives Health a Hand. And it's one of my favorite books because I wrote it. Sam the Moose always knew he was different. He didn't like playing buck moose with the other calves or munching on twigs at the Chocolate Mousse Cafe. No, more than anything, Sam liked to help. And in a town called Moose Falls, he stayed busy. Moose, known for their knock knees, not their sure-footedness, are especially clumsy on ice. So in Moose Falls, Minnesota, you couldn't go 2 minutes without hearing a great big ker-plunk as another moose fell. Sam was always there to help. Just the other day, his friends Helen and Ole walked right past Mrs. Olga Van Moose, the grouchy neighborhood librarian. She had just slipped on the ice and scratched her knee. Helena whispered to Ole, "What will the other kids think if we stop to help someone like her?" But Sam stopped, helped the librarian back to her feet, and got her a bandage. Then something exciting happened that changed moose history forever. The Moose Track Express stopped with a huge shipment of shiny rubber galoshes in every size and color. These new and improved slip-resistant boots put an end to falls in Moose Falls. The fall-free town even adopted a new name, Moose Springs. And Moose Springs no longer needed Sam's help. Still, Sam wanted to help. He just didn't know how. Then one day he heard the noisy shrill of a train whistle and a conductor's garbled cry, "All aboard for Hazard, Alaska!" A wonderful idea popped into Sam's head. I just know in a town called Hazard, someone needs my help. So without another thought, he hopped on the Moose Track Express, headed for Alaska. Later, on the train, Sam made an unsettling discovery. He wasn't headed for Hazard, Alaska, but Hazard, Nebraska. He had heard the conductor wrong. I don't even think they have moose in Nebraska, worried Sam. Just then, the train came to a screeching halt. There was a serious accident near the tracks. Sam knew how to help. He used his cell phone and called 911. He calmly told the emergency operator, "There's an accident by Hazard, Nebraska. A man is badly hurt. We need emergency medical care." He bravely stayed on the phone and answered all the operator's questions. It wasn't long until the local ambulance crew arrived. They called the Good Samaritan Air Care helicopter, just in case. With lights flashing and sirens wailing, the ambulance rushed back to Good Samaritan Hospital so doctors and nurses could treat the man's broken leg. An Air Care flight nurse praised Sam for his quick response. "I don't know about Alaska, but we could sure use more brave and helpful moose like you in Nebraska. Come to think of it, there are a lot of people that need your special help at Good Samaritan Hospital. Would you like to give health a hand?" Sam thought helping people at Good Samaritan Hospital would be the greatest thing ever. The problem was, Sam didn't know how to get to Good Samaritan Hospital. The nurse asked, "Can moose fly?" At Good Samaritan Hospital, Sam found all sorts of ways to give health a hand. One day, an injured girl was brought to the emergency department. Isabel was frightened by the commotion and the loud equipment. Sam explained that everyone and everything was working to help her feel better. Sam said, "New experiences can be worrisome, but you won't be alone. You have lots of caring friends at Good Sam." Once Isabel understood exactly how her new friends planned to use the beeping machines and the medicines to make her feel better, she wasn't afraid. Sam also gives health a hand by volunteering. He reads stories to sick children and pediatrics. He makes silly faces through the glass at the new babies. But most of all, Sam loves to cheer up the patients who take a little longer to feel better. His favorite, Mr. Hunter, reminds him of his own grandpa. Sam reads him the newspaper, opens his mail, and brightens his room with balloons. Each visit, Sam remembers to keep his stay short, talk softly, and walk slowly. And Sam never visits the hospital if he isn't feeling well. Sam always remembers to give our community a hand. He loves to visit schools, libraries, and parades, reminding kids to be healthy and stay safe. I care for all of my new friends and don't want anyone to get hurt or sick. To stay safe, Sam recommends always using proper restraints while riding in a vehicle. Always wearing proper protective equipment like bike helmets, and always following pedestrian safety rules when walking or riding bikes. Sam also wants his friends to stay safe by eating nutritious foods, limiting sweets, and being active. But Sam realizes the most important thing he can do to give health a hand isn't something hard at all. Sam knows that germs live all around us on doorknobs, shopping carts, and people's hands. If you touch one of these germs and then touch your eyes or your nose or mouth, you can get very sick. Sam is happy that a little bubble can save him a lot of trouble. Now, Sam washes his hands before he eats and after he coughs or sneezes, or visits the restroom, or plays with his dog. And when he isn't near soap and water, Sam uses sanitizing gel. Sam knows how easy it is to protect himself and our community from getting sick. Let's all be a good Sam. Let's give health a hand. Sam is a great friend to us all, and he has some really important safety tips. When should we call 911? 911. You call 911 when you want an ambulance, a policeman, or a fire truck. When you shouldn't call 911 is as a joke or just to see what might happen. Because people with real emergencies need help right away and might have to wait. The only time you should call 911 is if a person is badly hurt or in danger right now. Another tip Sam would like to share is washing our hands. It's so important to wash our hands after we use the restroom or after we play with our dog, before we eat. And you should always use soap and water, and you should scrub for at least 20 seconds or long enough to sing the Healthy Hands song. The Healthy Hands song is wash, wash every day, wash your dirty germs away, stay healthy, yeah, stay healthy. Soap and water, that's the plan, that's what gives us healthy hands. Keep rubbing, yeah, keep scrubbing. Wash and rinse, so you're almost through. Now your hands are healthy too, they're healthy, yeah, stay healthy.